Hey guys, I'm Doctor McFarland and welcome back to the channel. I was experimenting with some mic placements and also the blend control, and I think there's some cool choices and options in here that you might want to consider. So what I'm dealing with is a Tangerine RV53 amplifier, a little green box before, and a Mesa EQ essentially. So let me show you my EQ settings there. I am scooping a lot of that 750, boosting just a little bit of highs, boosting a little bit of lows, cutting some extreme lows, and it is what it is. So here's the overall tone that I have going on right this second. Make sure this is all on. Yes, it is. All right, here we go. Okay, so that is just the A tone that you could possibly have. There's a million different tones that you could have on any modeler or just live rig for that matter, whether you have a real amp, real pedals, digital amp, digital pedals, it doesn't matter. This is all the same concept. You just keep applying over and over and over. All right, so here's what I'm dealing with here. I have the cab, which is just the stock cab it comes with this head. And I have a SM57 and a Ribbon R121. So this is just a classic microphone setup that you'll see all the time in studios. Sometimes you'll even see one mic stand with two mics on like the little holder, and you can place them and position them however you want. So what's cool about latest firmware update is you can now add a second microphone, which is really awesome. So what I found was this blend control is pretty powerful, but I was also experimenting with mic placement and getting a really, really super dark sound on one mic and then a brighter sound on the other. Okay. So what we're dealing with right now is if I put the Ribbon on the cone edge, and I've kind of gone over some of this in the previous video, but really concentrate on the blend control in this one. This is the proximity effect when you have a mic really close to the source. First of all, it's a dark microphone. A Ribbon mic is going to naturally have a lot less high end than any other dynamic or even condenser mic. Okay. But the closer you get it to the source, you get this proximity effect. So now you have an already dark microphone and you're capturing that super dark, really close, bassy, boomy type sound. So I'm going to blend this all the way over to number 2 because I am on mic number 2, and we're only going to hear this position. Okay, so let's check it out. If I went to the opposite extreme and put it on 6 inches away, I'm technically still on the cone edge, but the farther away a microphone is, the brighter it's going to sound. So now we have this sound. I say it's brighter. I mean, technically it should be a little bit brighter, but we're still all the way over on the cone edge. So you're not getting, that much brightness out of it. Okay. Now let's go all the way over to mic number 1, which is the SM57. It's just a classic snare, guitar cab. You can even sing into them if you want to. So I have this on the cap, which is the brightest part of a speaker. Okay. And it is all the way up against the speaker at 0 inches. So we are getting the proximity effect once again, but we're getting as dark as we can get it while still being on the cap. So here we go. Okay, let's go to the opposite extreme. Let's go to 6 inches away, which is going to be a little bit brighter. Okay, so I'm going to experiment here. I'm going to bring mic number 2 all the way all up against the grill on the cone edge. And this is going to be the darkest, technically the darkest we can get on this speaker and in mic position. And then I'm going to go to the brightest sound we can get on the cap all the way on 6 inches. And I'm going to stay on this, mic number 1 right now. And I'm going to slowly blend in, okay, this other microphone. And we're just going to hear how this marries together the two microphones. Okay, so here we go. Here it is, mic 1 all the way. Okay, of 12 o'clock. Okay, now once we get past 12, we're going to get into more of the ribbon territory and less of the SM57. So about 3 o'clock over here. And now we're full on that ribbon. Okay, so now we have a few choices that we can do. Okay, so we can go fully dark and then ease up on the blend to give us a little bit more of that bite from the 57, or we can go fully bright and start easing up on the bright sound until we get the fullness in there that we want. So let's just stay on the right side here on the ribbon and then bring in a little bit of that brightness. Okay, so here we go. Okay, not bad. Let's go fully bright. Okay, let's go the opposite effect now. Let's go all the way 6 inches away on the cone edge, and let's bring this on the cap where we get more proximity. Okay, so now we got full proximity on the SM57. Okay, and then blend in the 121. Okay, not bad. Let's go full 121. Okay, so it really depends on, everything in isolation can sound okay, but once you get in a full band mix, especially here in the studio, and you're really working on blending all the sounds together. So get the guitar in the mix and really hear how it sounds. And sometimes you don't need all that extra bass response, but maybe for a rhythm part, you might want it to be a little bit brighter. And then for a solo part, it may be okay to have a little extra low end, because when you're soloing, you're typically playing, higher up on the fretboard anyways. And you can really fatten up the lead tone because you're higher up on the strings and you're not playing the low strings as much. Okay. These are all basic concepts that anybody can use, whether live or in the studio. And that blend control can be really powerful once you get two different mics going, and you can just kind of hear the contrast between going fully bright, fully dark, somewhere in between. And I think it's pretty awesome. If you enjoyed this video at all, be sure to subscribe down below and click the bell for future notifications. And if you want to help support the channel, I do have my presets available on my website. And if you're also going to buy anything online, I have Amazon, Sweetwater, and Zounds affiliate links down in the description. So please help support the channel by utilizing those. in your daily shopping. And until next time, I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.